And if you need a friend, sail on, silver girl. All right, I think we're streaming, baby. Are we on? Is the microphone on? Check 1 2. Check 1 2. How's that sound? That sounds great. Yeah, but you're sitting right there. Yeah. Okay, Boozhoo, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. What's going on over there? I don't know. I am Nanaboozhoo. Over here, the lovely and the talented Natasha. Mikadon Boozhoo Weenie Mushane. Say hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And over here, the rock star cartoonist, Michael Lyons. Mikadon Boozhoo Niji. Say hello, brother. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. And yeah, that's the video for the intro. You know what intro I like? What's that? The one where you're playing the flute outside. Oh yeah, that was fun. Should I play that real quick? While we wait for people to come in, because we can't be counted on to start at a certain time. You know. We take all this time and care to try to build an audience. Hey, join us at 8 o'clock Central Time. And then what do? We stroll in at 9:45. Hour and 45 minutes late. Well, what do you want? What do you people want? I want to know.
Of blueberry pie. So I went up and I asked this guy, and he only spoke Ojibwe. So I had to say, Mina bashki mina sagani betu sejikani Bagwejigan. 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 Bashki mina sagani betu sejikani Bagwejigan. Mina bashki mina sagani betu sejikani Bagwejigan. Mina bashki mina sagani betu sejikani Bagwejigan. Mina bashki mina sagani betu sejikani Bagwejigan.
There's the microphone. We did it again. Missy, you know why I always forget to turn the microphone back on. Doggone you. It's my short-term memory, sweetie. I know, it's fried. Anyway, how are you guys doing? How's the Boozhoo crew this morning? I screwed up my my studio thing. I gotta fix some stuff. Zagame! Hey, Boozhoo, Zagame. Zagame's here, sweetie. Boozhoo! Zagame says, I get my new glasses today, so now I can sit in the back of the class. Young Zagame. Is Zagame a lady or a man? I keep forgetting. Young person, you get up to the front of the class. I don't trust you back there with all the ne'er-do-wells. Good morning. Can we get a gold star for Zagame? You got it! Way to go. And Missy's, and she says it herself, silver star for Missy. Missy gets silver star. And Jessica will booze. Mino Giga Jabe. Mino Giga, good morning. Jessie's here, sweetie. Hey, Boozhoo, Jessie. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Jessie had a girl. Nolly was her name. Nalani was her name. I never know how to say that. Nalia? Nalani? What's your kid's name? La da 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 da. Da no 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 no. Whatever happened to Rick Springfield? I think he's actually still touring. Really? Yeah. Like I saw he came to a Moondance Jam one year. Not that long ago, like 5 years ago. Oh. How's he look? I think he looks great. So after all this time, Rick Springfield turns into a hardened classic rock road musician. He kind of shut us up. What do you mean? Well, you know, when Rick Springfield came out, if you were cool in the mid-'80s, you know, you didn't listen to Rick Springfield, you guys. All right? That's what the girls listened to. We were listening to Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz, or something, Van Halen. The guys did not listen to Rick Springfield. He was like a pretty boy. That would have been kind of like listening to, I don't know, Leif Garrett or, you know. Guys didn't listen to that. But, you know, you come back to Rick Springfield 35 years later and you listen to him. And you know what? That guy's a singer-songwriter, pretty good guitar player, great entertainer. So, today is Ojibwe word of the day. Rick Springfield, an Ogichida, a warrior. And I'd like to honor Rick Springfield today with this song. La la la. Nalani. Jessie had a girl. No, 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 no. Nalani was her name. And later on, and I could do something same. And I don't remember the words. But now I wish that I had Jessie's girl. Nalani, 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 Nalani. Nalani. Should we abduct Nalani? No, what are you out of your mind? Should we adopt her? We can adopt her. I don't think she's up for adoption. Well, I guess it leaves only one option. Sorry, looks like we're going to have to abduct her. Anyway, how you doing? Good morning. And the Soul Man's here. No gold star for me. Not even a bronze. No, you get nothing, Brian. And I don't do this to be mean. All right? Listen, I'm speaking as your elder, Brian. If I give you a star, a trophy for every time you just show up, I wouldn't be your friend. I wouldn't be helping you. You know, that's the other side of the whole, you know, participation trophy culture. It's actually not a kindness. Oh, let's spare their feelings. Everybody's a winner. I guess this is the Special Olympics. No, this is life, man. Life. Electric word, life. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. There's, dig, if you will, a picture day. This is more important than getting trophies for just showing up. I'm trying to help you build your character, Brian. How do you know Brian's not as old as us? Because we're old. The number of people who are older than us has gotten much smaller than the number of people who are younger than us. Have we outlived Prince yet? Yeah, Prince is dead. I mean, are we older than Prince was when he died? Oh yeah, how old was he when he died? I don't know. I'm asking you. Well, I think Michael Jackson was like 51. We're older than him. I want to say Prince was like not... Maybe he was 54, 55. Well, there you go. We're the same age as Prince was when he died. If I'm right about that. Anyway, today is Tuesday's Dig, if you will, a Picture Day. We're not very consistent with this. But here you see the artist formerly known as a living human being, Prince Rogers Nelson, painting. And not a lot of people knew this, sweetie. What's that? Prince was a great painter. Is that right? Yeah. I mean, some people said he was a derivative. He copied Bob Ross. But I say Prince was an artist through and through. Yeah. And so on this, I don't think he's here yet, but I want to share this. Sometimes I like to share great art on Dig, if you will, this picture day. Because that's what we're really about. I mean, yeah, okay, here. Everybody's bated breath. Oh, what's the word for Tuesday? Neo-Gijagud. All right, you happy? Second day, Ojibwe, Neo-Gijagud. Write it down. Sweetie, are you angry? Hey, why don't you just shut up? Why do you yell at me? Is that believable? I don't know. What do you think? We're acting. Acting and scene. You were great, sweetie. I know, huh? Neo-Gijagud is second day. But sometimes we like to talk about art. We've had yesterday Vincent van Gogh called in. Yeah. I don't think he likes you any more than you like him. I know. But it's cool that a famous artist calls in. We've had Adolf Hitler called in. He paints. Who else? George W. Bush. Yeah, George W. Bush. He paints. He calls in. Good painters. And we also have something here from Patton Elizabeth Arrett. Patton Elizabeth Arrett is the 16-year-old daughter of one of the Boozhoo crew members who's not here yet. Adam Joseph. Are you there, Adam Joseph? Anyway, her dad is really proud of her because she's a great artist. And she turned 16 on Sunday, I guess. Oh, happy birthday, Peyton. So Peyton's did this drawing. I think it's still in a sketchbook, for crying out loud. What do you think of this, sweetie? Oh, wow. That is disturbing. You think it's disturbing? What kind of other demons? I wonder. There's one is definitely a demon. I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's really good, like technically, and good shading and stuff. And so on the right, we got a demon with kind of dog ears. That's sort of interesting. Yeah, it could be like Where the Wild Things Are. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like if there was a grown-up comic book version of the Where the Wild Things Are. But, staring off to the right. Is that a... What? I was wondering if they were connected. No, they're just one standing behind the other. Oh, okay. They're really close, though. They're kind of... And the other one's doesn't have any horns. It's got sort of, what are those, like calf ears? And there's even a tag in that calf ear. And look what's happening. Is she crushing an eyeball? Yeah, I think she's crushing the third eye. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, huh? And look, there's a butterfly. Oh yeah, butterfly. You know, that can symbolize transformation. Oh, wow. So, very nice. Peyton Elizabeth, 16 years old. And we got another one here. This one I really like. Okay, for some of you kids, this is what we call surrealism. And Peyton, I don't know if you've heard this yet. A lot of people who are not very creative, when they see creative stuff, they assume we're on drugs. They go, oh, what were you smoking when you drew this? You know, you might have heard that already. Because here we have a mushroom lady. And you can tell it's like the fully formed lady. She is like farther along than these two just eye mushrooms. And the eye mushrooms are looking at the more developed mushroom lady. I wonder what's going on there. That is so cool. I know, huh? I like how it's, did she color it yellow or is that the, I don't know. There's kind of a cool hue effect to this. I'm thinking it might have been, did she color it in? And I don't know. So what do you think of that? Dig, if you will, a picture. Patton Elizabeth Arrett. The artistic protege of Adam Joseph. Yeah. Dig, if you will, a picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Sagame says, boys, mostly vinegar in the teenage years. What? Jess, I would take her. I was only given boys, but I hear girls are way harder. I think they're talking about trying to adopt a kid who's perfectly happy in her own family. But yeah, I hear that. I've heard it said that boys, you can measure the amount of damage that boys do to the house. There's a financial dollar figure that boys, just the damage they do to property. But having girls, there's a damage that gets done to your soul that you never recover from. They're too complicated. Boys are like raising pit bulls or horses or something. And girls it's a whole other thing, I guess. Is what I hear. But what do I know? All I have is a overweight cat. All I have is a transgendered cat. Which, by the way, I gotta shut up about. Nobody's asking me to weigh in on all the censorable issues. I was reminded this morning, last week we were all about, I was calling myself a troll. I was trying to do like, clickbait. I was naming the shows, naming the live stream stuff like, how to say the NFL is gay in Ojibwe. How to say transgenderism in Ojibwe. Stuff like that. How to say we never went to the moon. And sure enough, we got, a few more clicks. But we also invited all kinds of angry comments and, what do you call it? Censorship. Some of you didn't notice this, but we went live last night so I could share the moon video again. Because a couple of days ago, we had a bunch of footage of official moon videos of faking the moon landing, you know. And it got struck down twice on Facebook. They said, no, worldwide copyright strike. You cannot share this. You do not own the rights to, you know, that picture of those guys, you know, coming back from supposedly landing on the moon and looking like somebody had just threatened them with killing their families if they didn't go along with the lie. But there was that, and then I was reminded of all these other podcasters. They don't just get their YouTube channel taken down. They get like their ability to do online banking. You know, there's one guy got in trouble for saying not much worse of what we've said here. And now he can't use his he can't do online banking. He doesn't have, well, we have a Patreon and a PayPal and a GoFundMe. You know, when they cancel you, they cancel all your online stuff. Like I would no longer have a Google account. So that means I couldn't access Patreon, I couldn't access PayPal, just couldn't access anything. I'd have to start from scratch, and we'd have to call the show. It would be a real drag. So I'm not here to, fight any sort of social justice battle or whatever. So I'm going to try. But the problem is, once it's like a taboo, once you know there are certain things you can't say, then that's the only thing that's in the back of your mind, begging to be said. Make sure you don't say that thing. Which one? About Jeffrey Epstein? About Bill Gates? About Tom Hanks? I mean, how many of these things do I have to just not mention? For people who know, people who go down the rabbit holes, this is for you. These are some of the things I'm not going to talk about. And you already know everything about it. You know, obviously, Elaine Maxwell, Tom Hanks, everyone from Hollywood, basically. What was that guy who got suicided with the big hair for talking about Tom Hanks? Oh, Steven Spielberg. Drew Barrymore. The thing that happened to the child actress in The Poltergeist. What else will I not be talking about? I'm not going to talk about Neil deGrasse Tyson allegations or Bill Nye the Science Guy and sex junk. I'm not going to talk about that. But I will talk about Hitler. Sweetie, would you get Hitler on the phone? Yeah, sure. Hello, kids. Welcome back to Dig If You Will, A Picture Day. We're a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. But we're also a podcast. We're a live stream, talking podcast. We're a community here. Throw out ideas. I don't know. Sometimes the Boozhoo crew has something to say. Zagame says, Nanaboozhoo. Read from top down. Oh, okay, sorry. Zagame's caught wind that I'm not, I don't follow the messages very good. All right, let's go back. La la la. Springfield is going to be at Black Bear Casino at the end of the year. Want to go? At Black Bear? That would be fun. Do you know anybody out there? Maybe we could meet them. Yeah, maybe. Let's see what the weather's like. Let's see what the climate is like If they make us have to prove vaccination, I'm not going. That's another thing I'm not going to talk about anymore. Brian, put on a dunce cap and sit in the corner. Yeah, Brian. I'm going to have to play this for her when she gets out of school. Yeah, for sure. Jessica says she might be up for adoption when she hits her teenage years. Check back soon. No, we're going to give her back when she grows up. Nobody wants a teenager. Brian says, only if you sit with me, Jess. Jessica says, I did get here third. That's dunce cap worthy. That's right, she was. Sagame says, mostly boys mostly vinegar in the teenage years. Yeah, and they smell like it too. Yeah, boys stink. And you can't smell yourself. The fellas, this is me some advice. I don't know why. It probably, helped us somehow in nature and hunting or something. But we can't, we'll get used to our own stink. This is something that non-smokers don't understand. Smokers can't smell their own clothes, and they have no idea what you're talking about. When they come in from the winter smoking in a car, and they go, hey, what's up? They have no idea that everybody in the room suddenly went, ugh, there's a smoker just walking here? And boys, it's the same thing for your laundry. If you wear that shirt 3 days in a row, it's going to smell like your socks. But you can't smell it. So just make a habit of, changing your shirt every day. You can do laundry. You're not saving any time or money by wearing the same nasty t-shirt for 7 days in a row. That's what I learned at the school I worked at the last one. These kids, they wear the same clothes every day. I know, it's gross. Back in the days of the grandfathers, in the 80s, you'd have to put on a different outfit every day. Yeah, even like, poor rural Americans. You dressed up for school. You might dress up in holey jeans and a sleeveless t-shirt with a, cut up at your belly button. I'm not saying we look nice, but we had a different outfit every day. You take a shower every day and you'd put gunk in your hair and have a hairstyle. That style, it might be spikes, long in the back, short in the sides. The Rick Springfield, basically. Rick Springfield, he doesn't get enough credit. He really ushered in what later became the mullet. Rick Springfield had long hair in the back, short on the sides, and just sort of tastefully, almost spiky on top. He sort of calmed down David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust hairdo. Yeah, he really did. Historians often forget this little fact, that Rick Springfield mainstreamed the mullet. Years later, the hockey people from Canada would take it and run with it. But Rick Springfield, he ushered in an age of, I think they called it a bi-level. And here we go again with transgenderism, but the bi-level. You had, well, I guess it's 2 levels. A long in back and short in front. These are important issues of the day, huh? Yeah, they really are. You'll agree with anything I say, won't you, baby? I do. You're all right. Get out of here. You, on the other hand. Hey. Oh, sorry, what? Were you sleeping? No. It's just resting my eyes. Anyway. What else we got going on here, sweetie? Okay, I was gonna call Hitler. Oh, yeah. Can you call him up, please? All right, hang on. We're gonna call Adolf Hitler. He's an artist, too. Okay, it's ringing. Hello, is this Adolf? Well, hi, Hitler. It's me, Natasha. Yeah, from Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo. Say, would you like to be on the show this morning? Okay, hang on. All right, sweeties, on line 2. Line 2. Adolf Hitler, welcome back to the show.
Oh, hello there. Hello, Nanaboozhoo. It is I, the Führer.
Yeah, hi. How you doing?
Oh, I can't complain. I can't. At least I'm still alive. That's what I always say. Every day above ground is a good day.
Yeah, it's good you stay optimistic like that. Say, I wanted to give you a call. We're doing our Dig If You Will a Picture Day.
Yes, I was watching your show from my home. That girl, what was her name?
Peyton Elizabeth Errett, if I'm saying that right.
Oh, she's a wonderful artist. You should tell her to continue her drawing.
Why don't you tell her?
Oh, sometimes people don't want to hear from little Adolf. They say, don't talk to my daughter. You're horrible.
Do they really tell you that?
Oh, you have no idea. No one likes little Adolf anymore. They're so mad about what I did so long ago. They cannot forgive and forget.
I know. Nobody wants to forgive and forget it. Well, to be fair, Adolf, and I don't take this the wrong way, but you haven't apologized.
What do you mean I haven't apologized? I created Disney.
That has nothing to do with this. Have you ever come out and actually said, hey, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was way out of line. Sorry for the Holocaust.
Well, I guess I didn't. I've never taken the time to formally say that. Maybe I should.
Do you want to take this opportunity right now to maybe apologize?
What, I'm going to apologize to the descendants of the people I murdered?
Yeah.
No, screw them.
Hey, take it easy.
I do not need to apologize to Americans in 2021 for what I did to Germans in the 1940s.
All right, take it easy.
Oh, I get so worked up.
All right, you're going to get canceled, though.
Get out of here.
All right. Anyway, I wanted to call you because I'm such a fan of your artwork. Here we go. Yesterday on Facebook, we were talking about this painting.
Oh, yeah, that is my castle in the mountain.
Yeah, Castle in the Mountain. When did you paint this?
Well, I must have painted it in the 1930s. Because, I was presumably dead by 1945.
Oh, yeah. I also learned a lot just this morning. They were talking about the famous Hitler globes.
Oh, yes, I love the globe. They made, all the globes are made out of Germany in the 1940s.
Is that right?
Yes. Globes are very expensive back in that day.
All right.
And they made a special globe for me that was made out of something. It was so heavy they couldn't even move it. And they gave the world leaders all globes. They called them Columbus globes.
Yeah, that was part of the weird story too. Did you hear about this, sweetie?
About the globes? Yeah, I was watching it with you.
Oh yeah. Apparently, in the during the whole Adolf Hitler thing, enormous globes were constructed in a factory in Germany, and they were called Columbus globes. And there's these great big, I should have pulled up a picture. I'm so stupid. But huge, beautiful globes that would stand 4 feet tall. And they looked like they were carved out of wood or something. But all the world leaders got what was called Columbus globes. And Hitler had 2 of them. And it's just part of that weird, what was up there? Was it just the Nazis who really got into pushing the globe story? But anyway, Hitler.
Yes.
Nice voice. Let me pull this up a little big. So, I was kind of teasing Van Gogh yesterday and comparing Starry Night with this. This would take so much skill. It would have taken... This is the work of somebody who has really mastered oil painting.
Oh, you're much too kind. I paint for fun.
Yeah, I know, but man, if you weren't Adolf Hitler, you would be famous for this.
I know, it's such a shame. Nobody wants to talk about my artwork. They're only concerned with my life and politics.
Yeah. I mean, no offense, Adolf, but I think you wasted your life when you had all this potential to be you were a great artist. You should have dedicated your life to giving the world such beautiful artwork and inspiring generations of people to paint. That would have been a much more, forgive me I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I think it would have been a more positive influence on the world than what you did politically. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, you're such a liberal.
No, I'm really not. I'm just kind of, I sort of feel like you shouldn't, the whole concentration camp thing.
Let us just agree to disagree.
Okay. Anyway, beautiful painting. And Natasha's a huge fan of you.
I'm a huge fan of his art.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Of your art. Here you go, kids. Look into Hitler paintings. He was more than just probably a world actor. But, But boy, you get into trouble if you want to question the official narrative of World War II.
I know, huh?
Paul Stanley came on Twitter, or whoever is pretending to be Paul Stanley on his Twitter account, weighing in on this idea some people are wanting to teach another perspective on the Holocaust, is what it was called. It's like, there is no other perspective. Easy. We're not saying, hey, let's re-examine whether or not Jews are subhuman, or whatever the thing was. Let's just re-look at what's the story so far. It's just like the Columbus story. If it's you never actually hear the story. Okay, wait, tell me the story again, and let's see if we can. Are we going to decide that, yeah, that story adds up? Just because it's always been given to, as fact. Because people are so upset over Columbus. I don't even think if you asked them, what year are we talking about? Where precisely, geographically, did Columbus commit these atrocities that you're so mad about that you'll deface good art?
You make a good point.
Oh, sorry, Adolf, I forgot you were still there.
Yes. Say, I wonder, can I teach the Ojibwe word of the day?
You want to teach an Ojibwe word of the day? Sure. Last night we were talking about the Dibik Jesus.
Dibik Jesus, the night sun.
Yep, night sun, or the moon. That's what we call the moon. Hey, Adolf, do you think we went to the moon?
No, of course not. We pretended we went to the moon. What do you think I was doing with, Werner von Braun, NASA? When I came over to America and pretended to be Walt Disney.
Yeah?
Well, that is when we all faked going to the moon. It is simply, that's what we did.
Yeah, I know. You cool with lying about that? You want him?
You want him? Lie. Sometimes you have to lie to the people. You have to be cruel to be kind.
No, you don't.
Yes, of course you do. How would you like it if every time somebody did a magic trick, they said, oh, no, here, there's rabbits not really in my hat. It would be no fun at all. So we lie to entertain. And that is what we do.
Okay, take it easy. That's also why I don't like magic anymore. I think they're just liars. There's enough deceit in the world. I'm into the Debwewin, the truth.
Debwewin, you want to know the truth?
Yeah, I want to know the truth.
You want to know the truth?
Yes, I want to know the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Hey, did you watch that movie?
Yeah, A Few Good Men. I really like Tom Cruise. He's a good actor.
No, he's not.
He is the greatest actor of them all.
Yeah. He's appealing to watch, I'll give you that. But let's be honest, Tom Cruise is the same character in every movie.
He is sort of the same character.
Yeah, like one time I was flipping around watching movie clips of Tom Cruise. And I was watching a bunch of clips from Mission Impossible. And then I accidentally started watching a movie clip from The Day After Tomorrow or whatever. And I couldn't tell. It was the same movie to me. It was just Tom Cruise running, almost being killed, just doing a crazy, physical action and adventure. It was the same character. No one goes, hey. The character in Rain Man could pretty much just step over and start being in Mission Impossible, and everyone would be like, yeah, that's fine. You're right. So anyway, yeah, Dibik Gizis is the night sun, or the moon. And Giwanim is a lie. Debwewin is the truth.
Giwanim and Debwewin. A lie and the truth.
Yep.
Well, Nanaboozhoo, you have taught me so much.
I try.
No, really, I am learning so much about the language and the culture. I feel a little Anishinaabe myself.
Good. All right. Well, I just wanted to call and tell you how much we appreciated your painting.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing my painting. I so want people to know little Adolf for more than just what I did in World War II.
Okay. I'll keep reminding them, I guess.
Okay, then. Gigawabamin, Minawa.
Yep. Gigawabamin, Minawa, Adolf. And there you go.
Nothing controversial about that.
Yeah. I'm not going to get censored for having Hitler on, am I?
I don't think so.
That's fine. Just don't share your true concerns about vaccinations or transgenderism. That's hate speech. Okay. Anyway, so I also had a picture of the moon I wanted to share. This is from one of our dig if you will, this picture. Jessica, was this your friend who sent the? I want to say this was one of Jessica Wabuza's friends who was a computer, who was a photographer. Now, is this the moon or is this a solar eclipse? Let me pull this up. What do you think, sweetie?
Wow, I don't know. I think that's a solar eclipse.
Yeah, it's probably the solar eclipse. This is where the moon moves in front of the sun. And you'll see that they're perfectly aligned. If this was, a partial moon, what do I call that? The new moon, I always call it Natasha moon.
Yeah, I know you do.
When I first hooked up with Natasha, it was a silver, just a sliver moon. Like even skinnier than this, and I always call it the Natasha moon.
Yeah.
But this kind of moon, quarter moon or whatever, if you really looked at it, you would realize that, okay, that's not how they would tell us, oh yeah, no, that's the sun is lighting up part of the moon. And that's why, it's like, do you guys ever draw? If you do shading, you know that what they tell us the moon is a round sphere. Was it like 400,000 miles away or something? And that the sun just lights it up. And that's why sometimes it looks like the letter, a backwards letter C. Like, no, that's not how spheres shade. And when you look at the sun, if you know what you're doing, it barely takes any artistic ability. Most kids who draw for more than 20 hours will know this. When you're learning about shading, if you looked at the moon, you go, no, it's obviously, it's got its own light. The moon is a light. Light shines from it. I don't know what it's made of, but it's not a gray rock that people landed on. You can believe it if you want, sweetie. It's just not going to make it true. I choose to believe. You're so easy to get to play the role. I know. Debwe yenim. Debwe yenim. Do you believe in the moon the way they tell us? A gray rock. That's the other thing, like some of those videos we were showing. If you were when the so-called astronauts are standing on the gray moon in those old video, and then when you're sitting down on Earth looking at the moon, and this is overcast, but there are some times when you stare at that moon and it is so bright it almost hurts your eyes. A full moon can be so bright it'll leave shadows in the middle of the night. It's super bright. And if you understand that the farther away from a light you are, the dimmer it gets. If that thing was 400,000 miles away and so bright that it gets blurry when we stare directly at it, that would be like the astronauts landing on a light bulb. It would have been so bright. They'd have to wear those, like, they'd have to have two motorcycle helmets on with the tinted lenses. Just two? Yeah, two would be enough, but so fake. And basically the original astronauts, the ones who didn't land on the moon, but just, flew around it a number of times in the 60s. When they show them in their spacesuits, it is just motorcycle helmets and silver, like, jumpsuits. It's, form-fitting. Looks like something out of Star Trek. And now they go, oh, yeah. Now our spacesuits need to be totally different, design. Bunch of liars. I do not believe what NASA says. Oh, gone with done. Gone with done. They speak with forked tongues. That's how the old timers would have said a liar was. He speaks with a forked tongue. He's like a snake. La la la. Hey, Brandy Marie's here. Boozhoo, Brandy Marie. Brandy Marie's here, sweetie. Hey, Boozhoo. What's going on, my sister from another mister? I hope. The Boozhoo crew will have to mail you checks. Yeah, Missy keeps telling us to get a post office box. And I feel guilty asking for money, because some of you guys do give us money. Not guilty enough to tell you to quit doing it, because I really appreciate it. But, Nanaboozhoo's advice for teens. Try deodorant. Exactly. This all comes back to, boys, you can't smell your own armpits. That's how boys will like, do I need to take a shower? No, I'm okay. I don't know what it is. Why Gitchy Manitou designed us that way? But, you know. So, without further ado, I think it's time to get Natasha up here. What do you think, sweetie? You want me to go up there and talk? Yeah. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up. This is a video Michael made back in the days of the grandfathers. Dig, if you will, a picture day. This, what do we call this? This is from Michael's sketchbook. Oh, you're going to share that video? Yeah, do you mind? That's really cool. So, any kids watching this in the future, if you like to draw, you might notice there's some cartoons around here on the walls and stuff. A lot of kids like to draw. I like to draw too. And Michael here has drawn some books that are for sale on Amazon. And you can draw, if you want to do a children's book, like you think about the book Where the Wild Things Are. That book, I think, is 28 pages long. There are 28 different drawings and a cover and a back cover. And a front page where it says the title page and there's a little drawing. But basically, that guy drew a bunch of, monsters and a little boy in a wolf suit. And he made up a short story. And it took him 28 pages to tell that story. Now, if you're a 6th grader or something, you probably have, and you like to draw, you probably have a shelf in your bedroom that's got a whole bunch of drawings on there. You might even already have 25 different good drawings that you've done. Well, just think about how much time that took. Each page probably takes 4 or 5 hours to draw. If you color it in, maybe 6 hours. If you only draw for an hour a day, it might take you a whole week to get done with one page. But it's worth it. Anybody can be a children's book author. When Maurice Sendak drew Where the Wild Things Are, he just took a pencil, some colored pencils, and a pen. And he drew that. I'm kind of off the subject. But Michael also has drawn some children's books. And you can check them out. But but one of the things you can do while you're growing up and drawing, if you don't want to just start in on a children's book, but you want to keep drawing, get a sketchbook. Get a real hardcover, pay the $10. It's worth it. And then when you're just walking around, instead of scrolling on your phone, just doodle. Like you do in class when you're supposed to be taking notes and you just draw a little picture of a guy flying, or Spider-Man or whatever. You can do that just in your day. So this is from Michael's sketchbook. And then up here next is the lovely and the talented Natasha. What? I don't know, staring at cute. Hey, do you want to teleport me away? Yep. Okay. Miigwech Bizendawieg. Thank you for listening. When to teleport? Energize.
Yes, this is it. Let's dance. Special thanks to Clint Carlson, the other guitarist, and my hilarious friend. Clint Carlson, huh?
Yeah, there was actually 2 guitars on that thing, and Clint was an old friend of mine who just on the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, Neiman Wyndham, Omanungoom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gonna have a good time. Hey, 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 hey. Do. How's that go?
Yeah, hey, hey, hey.
That's good. I'm Fat Albert. Do. Gonna have a good time. Hey, 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 hey. I wonder if they could have a cartoon character called Fat Albert anymore. Hi, I'm Fat Black Albert. In the 70s, nobody cared about stuff like that. Hey, I'm differently bodied. Hey, gonna have a good time. And then Bill Cosby, he ruins his legacy. Drink, drink, drink this sleepy potion. Hey, 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 hey. I'm Bill Cosby, and I'm gonna drug you until you fall asleep. You guys probably aren't old enough to remember Fat Albert. Used to be a cartoon that Bill Cosby would host. Yeah, Bill Cosby. You know the Cosby Show? You know, so the grandfather of stand-up comedy in a way. People forget that. Bill Cosby used to have comedy albums. When I was a little girl, I remember learning all the words to a Bill Cosby album. You just listen to the same jokes over and over again. That was weird in the days before YouTube and just a million options for entertainment. You would listen to the same records, the whole album over and over again, even if it was a comedy album. You listen to jokes from, what's his name? Well, Bill Cosby, Steve Martin, Eddie Murphy. Oh, Eddie Murphy has a new comedy album out. I'm going to get the cassette, listen to it in the car when I drive around. It'll be funny. And even though I know all the punchlines, I'm going to listen to it again just for the fun. I don't know if I do that anymore, but we were starved for entertainment in the old days. But yeah, Bill Cosby. So sad. No, it's not. He's horrible. You know what I wonder about Bill Cosby?
What's that?
Maybe he sold his soul to the devil to become rich and famous.
Yeah?
And then the bill came due. Don't they have to go through all kinds of humiliation rituals, and there's all sorts of secret society stuff?
You mean he had to be humiliated in public as part of the deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I wonder. Because, Bill Cosby, you guys all know him, he has the Cosby Show. He was the most successful comedic actor probably in the world. I mean, who's bigger than Bill Cosby in the 80s? Not Robin Williams.
Robin Williams was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, but the Cosby Show was probably more popular, more watched. And he was also a beloved children's entertainer. He was did the voices for all the characters on Fat Albert cartoon, and there was actually a human being on the cartoon. And then he did TV shows like Children Say the Darndest Things or something, where he talked to kids and kind of make fun. And he did a series, he became famous for doing commercials because he was so loved for popsicles or something. Jello pudding pops, And just his whole life, he was just super rich. But then at one point, I think his son was mysteriously murdered.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, remember that? And then years later, it was kind of a Harvey Weinstein thing where everybody already knew, but he finally got caught or convicted of drugging and raping just countless women. There's dozens. Just so, and you go, what? Either these are totally fabricated, or it totally says something about the lifestyle he was living. You know, the guy was, anyway. And then in the end, he ends up this weird, blind, creepy ghoul of a... But they let him go. Yeah, he's not even in jail anymore. So, whatever. Sunny day, talking about stuff that doesn't have anything to do with anyone. On my way to where the air is new. Can you tell me how to get to Nanaboozhoo? So what did we learn today on this Neo-Geisha Good? On the second day, Tuesday, Neo-Geisha Good. And we also learned that the night sun, Dibik Jesus, is what the Ojibwe people called the moon. I liked what you said yesterday on Facebook. What's that? About your hand in the 28 phases of the moon. Oh yeah, do you want to tell them that? Back in the days of the grandfathers would look at the moon to count, to tell what day it was. You know, it's like a big clock up there. The sun tells you what hour it is, depending on its location. And the moon tells you what day of the month it is, because there's 28 phases of the moon. And when you look at your hand, your fingers have 3 sections. I forget what that's called. Except for your thumb, which has 2 sections. So, if you look at your hand, and you count 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14, times 2 is 28. So you can look at your hands and look at the moon, and that was kind of like their calendar, I think. That's how they can go, okay, why don't you come back at ring finger, left hand ring finger, and I'll meet you, whatever. And the seasons, we have a picture. Maybe I should pull that up. Dig, if you will, a picture of you and I engaged. Speaking of Hitler, because you hypocrites don't really believe in anything. Nobody minds Hitler when we're talking about him. Oh, but don't say anything against Caitlin. The Big Dipper is, this is kind of how it points to the North Star. And if you drew a line from the part that pours into the North Star, it would look like a swastika. But it marks the seasons. So the stars move around and come back around, but they move throughout the year. I mean, every night they spin around, but they move throughout the year. So, when you look up, how's that work? Yeah, I think it moves just a little bit every day. Yeah, okay. But that would tell you what the seasons were, the stars. And it's just like the Bible says, the sun and the moon and the stars are for signs and seasons. And this is also how they could, look at the stars and navigate when they were the sailors and stuff. Oh, I followed a star. And you go, how would you follow a star if we were on a spinning ball and the stars are light years away? That makes no sense. Like, no. You can just look up and triangulate. Okay, let's go towards, let's see, what is it, spring? We're going to go towards the whatever. I mean, that would tell you which way north, south, east, and west was anyway. La, 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 do, do, do. Dig, if you will, a picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. I don't really have much to talk about today. Should I say goodbye?
Baby, you know we don't say goodbye.
Oh, yeah. Should I say, I will see you again?
Yeah, sure.
You don't add anything?
No, it's pretty good.
How about you?
No, just we thank them for showing up and all that.
Sure. Well, you guys, I would like to say, on behalf of Michael Lyons, the rock star cartoonist, and Nanaboozhoo, I don't know what you are.
I don't know what you are. I know what I am. What are you?
I don't know what I am. What are you? I want to say miigwech. Hey, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I want to say miigwech bizundawieg. Thank you for watching. Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. This is Nanaboozhoo.
Okay, miigwech.
This is Michael Lyons.
Thanks so much.
And I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minawa. Hoa. Sweetie.
One to teleport. You gotta say it.
Oh, sorry. Energize!